Welcome to the single leg parlay college week 10 preview. I'm not going to lie, the slate is average at best, but it's the only place where you can hear us choose our favorite game. So, hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here with us. We're going to talk some football. But before we do anything, I got Andy, Al, Danny. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm just looking at pictures of Freddie Freeman's teeth before and after, and it looks better.
It does look better. The last set of veneers he had was not good.
No, I'm saying the before veneers at all.
Oh, yeah. I think he got re-veneered.
Yeah, I do think he got re-veneered, and it looks better, but they're still big.
Anyways, let's talk some football. Let's talk our top matchups for this week. We got some interesting games. There's one game that really stands out. There's a couple interesting things from the ACC as well. But I'm going to start off with Danny. Danny, what game interests you the most?
I'm going with SMU Pitt. That's my favorite game of the week. We got the top teams in the ACC playing because Miami just shouldn't be on that list. So top two teams in the ACC playing for who's going to win this year.
I like how you bring up Miami, but you totally omit the Clemson-Louisville game as well. Or
Louisville.
I guess Pitt SMU is a better matchup.
Yeah, that is a good game too, though. But yeah, that's going to be the game that I'm definitely going to watch.
So there are four undefeated teams in the conference, and Pitt and SMU are two of those four undefeated teams in the conference. This game actually has real stakes, has real fucking college football conference title stakes. It's really, really exciting. SMU had to do everything it could. That was probably the game of the week, that SMU Duke game last week. I don't know if you guys watched it, but going to overtime and SMU going for two there, super fun. Duke went for two and didn't get it. Really, really fun. That's a fun team. I was shit-talking them real hard before the season, saying I didn't think they were going to adapt well, but hey, they adapted all right.
Yep.
I love that game.
Rhett Lashley knows how to coach in the ACC.
It sure does. I really love that game. I think it's super fun. So I'm in for that.
I'm going to go on a little tangent here. Rhett Lashley. How good was he as an offensive coordinator at Miami? He made everybody think Tyler Van Dyke should be a first-round pick for a season.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sure did.
I hope he'll be a good coach at Florida State next year. So I'll take it. Good recruiter in the state of Florida, right? We could use a good recruiter and a good coach. No, I agree. Rhett Lashley's a badass. He's been a badass for a long time too. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for SMU too, man. They're adapting well to the new conference of 500 teams.
I like that he has the most Gone with the Wind sounding name of any college football coach.
Oh, Rhett Lashley.
He does.
He really does.
I'm going to choose the other one because I didn't choose a game, but I'll go Clemson, Louisville. Two teams undefeated. Well, Louisville has one loss, but I think everyone considers Louisville in the upper echelon of the ACC this year. Only loss came against Miami, which was the drunkest game I've watched in a long time. There was a ton of scoring. No one would play defense, but everyone would score. Super fun game. I don't know how this game will be played out. It may not be very entertaining to watch, but I'm rooting for it because Clemson's kind of been great. I know we made fun of Cade Klubnik. He's been kind of great.
Yeah, he's on Heisman watch lists now and stuff.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it on my television this weekend.
He's like the sixth best odd.
I'm not calling you a liar. I'm calling those people dumb. But I will say I really want to bet Louisville this week, but this game being a night game in Death Valley makes it real tough to pull a trigger there. But I support you if that's where your heart takes you, listener.
I don't have a play on it yet. I will probably bet because there's very limited. Do you guys realize there's not a late night game this week? The last games are at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
it's bedtime. Bedtime for everyone.
Time change. Maybe that's
why everybody's gonna be tired from Halloween. No, it's time change, right?
Matt, sorry to correct you, but I am seeing a 9 p.m. game.
Where?
Portland State at Sacramento State.
I'm sorry.
We're talking about
Take that
football,
back.
Andy.
Oh, sorry.
I don't even know what the implication is there. What do they play
That sounds like a
pickleball
basketball
on the West Coast? I don't
That
know.
sounds like a basketball game. Portland State plays basketball,
Yeah.
right?
So I think that could be a really fun game. I'm really excited. And I think we'll learn a lot about the ACC this week because I know we didn't mention it here, but the Duke-Miami game is really fun. Now, Miami is considerably better than Duke. I am curious to see how it is. And really, it's fun from the Manny Diaz effect. Manny Diaz coming home after his tutelage or his length of time at Miami. I'll be curious to see if the Duke team plays with a little extra edge.
I mean, Duke's
behalf.
good. They're like, I assume we're going to say Louisville is better than Duke, right?
Duke's defense
but Duke is probably the second best team on Miami's schedule, or third after the Gators, maybe.
But Miami could use some ranked opponents on that schedule. For sure.
As long as
no one's helping them
that's
out.
all they need.
Yeah. Now, I think that could be a lot of fun. I know you guys, Danny, you'll be there in person, rooting on the boys, enjoying the Cam Ward experience.
We're bringing the whole family, the kids and everything.
Hell yeah.
Do a kegs and eggs tailgate with no kegs and maybe no eggs, just donuts.
With Bush Lights and
donuts,
apple pouches, donuts. That's better.
I'll make cheeseburgers. It'll be something simple.
Nice. Andy, I don't want to let you go, so I'm going to just say your name and send it to Al. Al, what's your favorite game of the week?
Yeah, so I like the Vandy Auburn game, and the main reason I like this one is if you are unaware, you're certainly aware of this man now, Diego Pavia, the quarterback at Vandy. So they're going to Auburn this week. They have in short, Diego Pavia hates Hugh Freeze.
Yes.
He was 2 years ago. He was at New Mexico State, and they went and played Liberty, and they knocked off. They may have been ranked at the time, a Liberty team, 49-14. Just dog walked them. They ended up. So New Mexico State finished 5-6 that year. Liberty finished 8-4. So they were heavy dogs, and they creamed them. The next year, Diego Pavia is still at New Mexico State, but Hugh Freeze is now at Auburn. New Mexico State goes into Auburn, and they whoop Auburn again, 31-10. Again, these are not close scores. And then Diego Pavia transfers to Vandy, and so now we get the third incarnation of this series, and I'm super excited to see if they can do it again.
Yeah. I'm excited. I hope Diego Pavia is playing. Or I'm going to bet Auburn.
Yeah,
because I think that whole team revolves around him. But
for sure, hopefully he's playing. And then the other game is Ohio State, Penn State.
Yeah,
it's that little number 3 and number 4.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. That's a Happy Valley special. That's a night game, I'm assuming.
I think it's a noon game.
No,
it's a night game. I'm sure of it.
Why is this white now?
Yeah, I'm seeing it at noon.
Yeah, 12 p.m. on Fox. Ooh, you know what that is? That's
a Gus Johnson special.
Gus Johnson special. You got it.
Yeah, so bet Penn State is what you're saying. Yeah,
12 on Fox.
That's awesome. I don't know if Drew Aller's playing, and my betting will be really centered around if Drew Aller is playing or not.
Well, he didn't play last week, and you could hardly notice, right?
Penn State didn't play particularly well. Look, they beat Wisconsin by 15, but there was a considerable drop-off when I cannot remember the other guy's last name. Entered the game for Drew Aller. Let's see, what's his name? Bo Pribula. When Bo Pribula entered the game,
that's a name AI put up.
That sounds like if Dracula married an old Polish lady and they had a kid.
I don't mean to call out Matt's mistake here, but Bo Pribula was 11 of 13 with 98 yards and a touchdown.
It's fine. Wasn't
he averaged 7.8 yards per attempt and only threw two incompletions, no interceptions.
That's fine.
Does he have any bronze statues made of himself though?
If Bo Pribula is running the offense, I'm going to bet everything on Ohio State. Bo Pribula at 4 points? Come on now. If
I don't know. He has similar hair to Drew Aller. Drew Aller's got that like emo puff, and Pribula basically has the same haircut, but his hair's not curly. So I think they're basically the same guy.
I haven't tracked the Gus Bradley games to see if the Dogs have been covering, but I know last year it was a fun little thing to bet.
Well, Matt, does this fall into your system where they're both ranked, but the higher ranked team is the dog? Isn't that your?
No, usually this system's been dog shit this year, but usually ranked team on the road against unranked team. The unranked team is a less than 3-point favorite.
Got it. So it's got to be unranked, not just ranked, but lower. Got it.
Yeah, they both kind of look the same, Danny. I'm looking at this right now. I'm breaking down Pribula's face versus Drew Aller's face. Very similar faces. Do you guys want to talk about this game? Andy, you're a Big Ten guy. You got anything to say on this? I think it's going to be fucking awesome, but outside that.
Yeah, I mean, this is Penn State's chance, right? Like, if they can knock off Ohio State, give them 2 losses, remain undefeated, they've got a real clear path to meet Oregon or Indiana in the Big Ten championship and get that playoff bye. I don't think it'll happen, though. I think this is where Ohio State gives Penn State their first loss, gets back into that conversation. They still need either Oregon or Indiana to lose, right? If they're both undefeated at the end, there's no way Ohio State gets to the Big Ten champion. But I think they beat Penn State and get back into that conversation.
Yeah, they still have the conference championship game in the conference, and so Ohio State has to make that to – I don't know. How many Big Ten teams are going to make the playoffs? 4?
7. It's 8 Big Ten teams, 8 SEC teams. That's all that's going.
To the 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So Penn State has not beaten Ohio State since 2016. So I feel like I get excited for this game every year, and it's always a letdown. And it's like Ohio State wins by 9, and it's 14-5 somehow. Like, it's never that exciting. But I think this Penn State team could be really good. I think that I'll be curious to see if Ohio State was looking ahead to this game when they played Nebraska like dog shit last week.
It's Saturday at 4:00, and Penn State just beat Ohio State. Does that make you feel better about Penn State and consider them like a real top, like maybe the number 1 team in the country? Or does it make you feel worse about Ohio State and that maybe they might not make the playoffs?
Better about Penn State. I think I know
better about Penn State.
I think I kind of know what Ohio State is. They do have a weakness on their offensive line, which is not great, right? That's probably where you would not like to have a weakness if you're a championship team, but feel good that they can win a championship. I have no idea if Penn State can, and if they can answer the bell this time, I do think they can win a championship.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like it says more about Ohio State than it would about Penn State. But I'm just a hating-ass hater.
Andy, why are you wrong about the most exciting game this week?
So it's obviously not the most exciting game. It's going to be a terrible game, and you definitely shouldn't watch it. It's Northwestern at Purdue. But here's why I put it on the list. Awesome. Partially because you guys already talked about all the good games. But also, Northwestern is bad, and they're not currently the worst team in the Big Ten. That's Purdue. And so Purdue has a chance to right this wrong, beat Northwestern, and put Northwestern in their rightful place at the bottom of the Big Ten. And so I'm excited for that to happen.
Al, that's Andy being a hating-ass hater, by the way. That's an Illinois bias. That's hating-ass hater level to the extreme. No one wins in this game. Even if one team wins, everybody loses. Because unless entertainment is somehow found, it's going to be awful.
It's like Schrodinger's sad box. Like, if you put the game on, you lose. if you
don't put the game on, you could die. There aren't many great games. Virginia Tech at Syracuse. You know what? Here's a weird game. I want to know Arizona UCF. Like, what the fuck? That's just the question I'm going to ask. Like, Anybody? What the fuck? Like Arizona.
What happened to Arizona, man? I feel like they were fun for 4 weeks and then they disappeared.
Yeah, they just haven't been really good. Fafita, I think, has come back to earth from last season. Tetro McMillan's still fucking great, but
Fafita's
and then
starting to fall
UCF.
over too much.
UCF looks awful. They look real bad recently, and I don't understand. Like they're
Malzahn
not.
is on a hot seat.
Didn't
Yeah,
they just upset somebody
Nope.
like 2 weeks ago?
Nope.
No, they were
Colorado
they were in
upset
a
them.
game.
Or maybe they covered as big dogs or something.
They were
I
in
think it
the
was the
game versus
opposite.
Iowa State until the very end.
They
And,
were in the game
ended up
against-
losing.
But you got BYU coming to town, and you were somehow the favorite. And this is where I knew like that system is not working out this year as well, because BYU just railroaded UCF. So I'm curious about what the fuck. I mean,
BYU's
personally,
a very good team. That's
They
SMU's
are a
only
good team.
loss, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
oh no,
BYU.
their defense is good. The BYU is leading them to some great wins. I'm curious about Florida State. See if I'm assuming they're going to give up. I'm assuming that Miami game is technical give up, but yeah, we'll find out. You should not watch that game, by the way. Anyone listening, watch Florida Georgia. That's far more entertainment value than that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's go to our best bets. Danny, start us off.
My best bet is Wyoming plus 7.5. That's all I got on that. That's what the spreadsheet said to do.
Yucky Wyoming. This is not fun Wyoming anymore. For a few years, they were really fun. This is yucky Wyoming. Who's Wyoming playing? Anyone know?
I have it.
I'm trying to find that right now.
New
I was not
Mexico.
prepared for this segment.
Oh, you're betting against Bronco.
Yep.
Broncos boys. Yeah, that sounds right. Andy, what's your best bet?
So this actually isn't the most valuable bet according to my spreadsheet. That's probably going to be one of the spreads. So probably don't follow this. Wait till Al posts the article and then go follow all my spreads or all my totals. But you guys all know I have a soft spot in my heart for Nevada, and my spreadsheet hasn't let me take them recently. They finally are saying not only should I take them with the points, but that they should be favored to win this game. So I'm taking Nevada at home plus 1.5.
Oh, he's back. He's back. He's been beaten
Feels
and
good,
bruised. Baby, this time it's going to be different.
I've changed, he
Never.
said.
You
Or I haven't
never-
changed. They've changed.
Yeah, this time we've got the chode on our side, though.
That's true. Al, what's your favorite bet, buddy?
Yeah, I'm taking 3 touchdowns in Duke against the Canes. The Miami, since they've started playing conference games, have not come close to covering this number, with the lone exception of last week against FSU, a team that had 0 offense, and that was well known going into that game, and they managed to cover that
Also,
this number by 1 point. So I feel pretty confident Duke can hang closer than FSU.
FSU was in field goal range at the end of that game to cover, but they decided to try and win like idiots.
Win.
I think it's yeah, that's a win. I think it's important to note that the stoppable force did lose to the movable object. I think we need to recover that from last week. Danny had this perfect description. Movable object always wins against stoppable force. Yeah, I love that bet. I like Duke plus 21.
Yeah.
That just feels like too many points.
I think a bunch of us are on that.
And I'm going to say my favorite bet this week. I don't want to do tomorrow's game because this probably won't get out in time. Let's go with Nebraska. Lay 7 versus UCLA. UCLA is not very good. Nebraska at home showed a little more fight. 7, your chances are you'll draw, but I like that bet. So Nebraska, I'll lay the 7 there. Let's talk about some money line plays.
I got one more I want to talk about because this was almost my best bet, but Michigan plus 15. They're at home against Oregon, and I just feel like they're going to play a close game at home. So I really like the plus 15.
Yeah, same. And Matt, I can get you a 6.5 on your Nebraska bet.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's take that. That makes me feel better about it. Yeah. So
Oh,
you guys
Duke's
want to
already
talk Michigan?
moving. Duke's already moving. Also, by the way, I only got it at 20.5 today, so I'm sure 21's still out there. But get on that as fast as you can if
Yeah.
you're so inclined.
Let's talk about Michigan, Oregon. What would make you feel good about the plus 15? I guess, how many points is Michigan going to score in this game? Like, does 10 get them there? Do you think Michigan can score 10 to 14 against this defense?
I think Michigan can put up 2 touchdowns. If, I'm giving like a 50-50 shot of the defensive touchdown being one of them.
So 28-14, something like that.
Yeah, I think they can hold them. I think they can hold them under 30 and get 2 touchdowns. Maybe a touchdown and 3 field goals or something from good field position. But
yeah, what's the total in that game then? 45.5. That's right at that number. Right at that number. Andy, you got anything? Looks like you want to say something.
Yeah, I don't know about the quarterback situation. My numbers tell me to take it too, but they looked a little bit better the weeks that Tuttle was back, right? But now that he's gone again, they're having to go back to Warren or Orgy, and has not been a pretty show. So I think I'm going to stay away.
Something that's lost in talking about Oregon too, like their offense is like big time, real fun, but their defense is good. Got a really nice front, and I think that'll travel. I think you guys are probably on the right side. My numbers say it 2 that I'm looking at, but I don't trust Michigan enough to keep Oregon down.
What do we know about NC State's backup quarterback, the guy who's been playing for McCall? Is he any good?
Dude, he's been pretty good. He's looked really good. I forgot the kid's name. Let me get it real quick. But I know NC State has been winning football games, or much more competitive in football games since they made that change. I guess that's relative. But CJ Bailey against Cal threw for 306 on pretty damn good number, 25-36, 2 tutties. So I do think I don't take one game as like gospel, but it's much better than what McCall was doing prior.
He's also a true freshman, so that man could get paid at the end of the season if he looks good for another 4 weeks.
CJ Bailey payday coming up. Yeah. All right. You guys want to talk
Michigan hasn't come out and said who's going to start yet at quarterback. Sorry to get back to this. Did we already go through it?
No.
So I think that it'll be a big difference whether they go with Orgy over Tuttle, because not Tuttle. What's the guy that's been playing?
Warren.
I had too many tabs open. Warren.
Tuttle
Warren
retired.
has just been. Tuttle's the one who just keeps throwing interceptions over and over and over again, which Michigan's strength right now is defense. So you can't just turn the ball over like that. If they go with Orgy, who's a little bit younger, if they go with Orgy, who's a little bit younger, he might not turn the ball over as much, and it might be safer.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't do shit with Orgy on offense. He's not even running the ball well anymore. I don't know, man. That offense is broken.
Yeah, Orgy was supposed to be the runner, right? He was supposed to be the one that had some legs and could bring another dimension to that offense. And
well, they used him a lot last year on like 3rd and 4th drives when JJ McCarthy as like a change of pace, right? Yeah. So they would run a lot of wildcat and random nonsense out of it. So we will see. I don't know. That game feels like that's. I'm happy that you guys are making that bet. It just feels too volatile for me to feel.
Oh, I'm making it. I don't think anybody else is on it, but I'm giving it out, and I'm giving it out as my best bet.
Really quick, do you think Air Force and Army can get over 42? Because it's usually a hard and fast play we've had here on this podcast is always take the military unders. Now, Navy versus Air Force, Navy did it all the work, and we barely got home there. Army's really good, really fucking good. I forgot the guy they have running the ball, but he's leading the college football in touchdowns, or he's right behind Ashton Genty if he's not leading. Really fucking good. So I don't know if we'll get there on that number, but I'm kind of intrigued to play the over here. I hate playing the over in military, but I think that shit's changed. I don't think that those rules apply as much this year. Thoughts? I don't know if your guys' numbers say to take the over under there if you have a lean.
I feel that that's a really good number. Taking the over, might be fun.
We're talking Army Air Force still?
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's a matter of how much Army wants to score, I don't think Air Force is going to contribute much to the total.
No.
So could Army hang 49 on them? Yeah. Could Army score 28?
Yeah.
This thing sails under? Sure.
Yeah. No, it seems like a dangerous
I'm hoping
play.
for that 28 number because I'm on Air Force plus 23.5. So I think that the total will be low, and I think that that's too many points.
Yeah.
It's a lot of points to get in a military academy game. And Air Force
No,
was
it
good
is.
last year. Air Force was good. They haven't won anything this year.
They're bad. They're bad this year.
I think I would consider like a first half Army spread bet or first half total over. And then rather than having to wait it out for the whole game to see, I don't know, just spitballing.
Yeah. I'll look at the half numbers. That's interesting. All right, you guys want to do money lines?
Yeah.
Did you guys know that Jeffrey Dahmer was a chocolatier?
Oh.
He make the top 12, but he was.
I always thought that Maury Guichon chocolate, like that, like extra, like the dude who makes like swans out of chocolate. Yeah, I always got serial killer vibes from him, so that fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People who are
And I also have the top 5 jobs held by psychopaths. If you guys are interested in that,
sure. Hit
How
us.
about every money line
College
play
football.
we give, you give us a psychopath job?
Okay.
Okay, that sounds
Love
great.
that.
Okay.
All right. Let's start off with the money line plays. Let's go with Andy. Andy, what's your money line plays?
So I've got a bunch, I think 6, and there's no overlap with Al, which is crazy. Usually we've got, if we have this many, there's at least 2 or 3 that are overlapping. So we're going to give you something like 13 money line picks here.
Which means you're also going to get 13
serial killer psychopath
job.
psychopath
career.
Ben, I'm gonna have to skip some of these. I only have 10.
Okay.
All right. So my first one is Purdue. We already talked about Purdue Northwestern. Purdue's going to put Northwestern back at the bottom of the Big Ten.
Number 10 is miscellaneous civil servant.
This is like general labor again.
Yeah, but this time it's working for the
servant
government.
it works for the city. Okay, got it.
Yeah, you work for the government. It pisses you off. I get it. Next, I know you guys talked a lot of shit about Oklahoma State, but I bet them last week, and they were closer to covering than you guys are talking about. They were covering up until like the last 2 minutes. So I'm going Oklahoma State again.
Give
Number
me a
9 is
psychopath.
Chef?
Chef?
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I
making
can see
food
that.
for you in nice restaurants.
Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
Gordon
Emerald?
Ramsay?
Ooh. Yeah.
The Bear?
Giada.
Oh, Jada is definitely a psychopath.
Oh, yeah.
Martha?
All right, next.
Yeah, maybe.
The Barefoot Contessa.
Barefoot Contessa.
All right,
Paul
keep
Dean.
going. Name chefs.
Sorry, keep
Name
going.
more chefs.
Emerald Lagasse.
I already said him.
Oh.
Who's
I think I'm out.
Flavortown? Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
Guy Fieri.
No.
There you go.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
no,
That's a
he's
good
not
one.
a psychopath.
What's
I
the
thought
guy
you were
that
saying
looks
he's not
like?
a chef.
No,
Well,
he's definitely a chef.
that's all right. Next, I've got Wyoming. Danny likes them +7 for his best bet. I like him to win outright. Then I've got App State, Troy, and my beloved Nevada.
Number 8 is religious official.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that
That's
makes sense.
disturbing. I actually, Andy,
Posted.
just to put a little stamp of approval on yours, I like OK State and App State. I think those are good ones.
Thanks. That's a really nice way to say the other 4 are dog shit.
No, they just didn't jump off the paper at me is all. So I have New Mexico State, and I know they're bad, but who the fuck is FIU? You know what I mean? They could win.
Yeah.
that
Number
game.
7 is police officer.
Yeah.
Love the New Mexico State. What? This is like their third straight Tuesday game in a row. They have not been winning in any capacity or even close to winning. I love that.
Yeah, I mean,
And
all of mine
I
are
think
like
we're all on
pretty
New
juicy
Mexico
too.
State.
Yeah, which is probably why Andy and I are in different ones because these are all pretty juicy. Then my next one is Arkansas. They are with their
Number 6 is
hosting
Journalists.
Journalists. Matt Lauer, got a
Anderson Cooper.
Connie Chung.
Katie Couric,
Geraldo.
Barbara Walters. Next,
Carson Daly.
Is he a journalist?
Walter
He is
Cronkite.
now.
No, he falls under number 3. He falls under number 3. We'll get there.
Hey,
I can't wait.
BJ's.
It's BJ. It's BJ. No, it's not BJ.
No way. No.
Ted Capel,
Al Roker.
Peter
The
Jennings.
other guys are not journalists.
Eastern Michigan. This is again, they're not that bad. This is Eastern Michigan plays Toledo, and both of those teams both lost outright last week. I believe both his favorites. So one of them is going to bounce back. I think Eastern Michigan can hang in that one. Again, it's some action.
Number 5 is Surgeon.
I can see that.
I get that
These
from
are
a
all
lot of like Grey's
jobs.
Anatomy.
Name me some surgeons, guys.
Ben Carson.
Oh, there you go.
Dr. Meredith
James
Gray.
Andrews. Dr. James Andrews.
I was just gonna say that, dude.
McDreamy.
Dr.
McSteamy.
Swin J.
Those
Gupta.
are the two I know. Ben
George
Carson and
Clooney.
James
Goose.
Andrews. Noah Wiley.
No, Wiley. Deep cut. House.
Turkleton.
Gregory House.
House is a good one.
Not a surgeon. Not a surgeon.
The Attorney General. Surgeon General. That's the one.
The Todd.
The Todd is
Oh,
a
the
surgeon.
Todd,
Love the
yeah.
Todd.
My next money line play, Syracuse. I don't even remember who they're
Number
playing.
4 is Salesperson.
Yeah. Yeah. Salespeople are kind of the worst.
I feel like that needs to be.
I really wish you would have
industry-
saved Syracuse.
Industry specific.
I really wish you'd have given Syracuse out when I did number 6 because of the journalism thing. That would have been a nice little. I almost saved it and went back to number 6, but
So I do like Syracuse at home in these scenarios. Virginia Tech's been playing. They've been playing better. So
Yeah.
Godspeed on that one, bud.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a fair amount of these to lose, but all I got to do is hit 2 or 3 of these, and we're in good shape. This one I actually really like. This is UCLA. They are 6.5 point
this might be
dogs at Nebraska. Nebraska coming off an emotional loss to Ohio State in a close one. I like UCLA to win.
number 3 is Mediality, which that qualifies all of us now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out. Watch what you say.
How many people have to watch something before it counts as media?
That's a good point.
3 or more,
A
excluding
podcast
present
falls in the
company.
woods, and nobody hears it.
Next is Florida. Yeah, I said it. Florida to beat Georgia. They're almost 17-point dogs. It's not happening, but I just want it on
That's
record that if it
awful.
happens, I'll look really smart. But you probably should
If
be
it,
better.
if it happens, next podcast I will power hour the whole podcast. However long it goes, I will drink shots of beer for everybody.
Okay, now I'm
We've been
actually
list
betting
media personalities for a long time.
If that happens, there's no way. Like, I know Florida's been playing better. That Georgia team is far better. I don't see this one.
Jabbar Gaffney.
I mean,
I was going to start naming
Aaron
old
Hernandez.
Gators. Danny Warfel.
Number
Steve
2.5 is Florida Gators.
Oh,
well, there we go.
that's good.
Percy Harvin.
Ooh, nice. And then I've got Arizona
Number 2 is Lawyer.
At UCF.
at
yeah,
UCF.
Yeah, that's like someone's got to win, right? I told you I'm intrigued by that game because I just want to know what the fallout will be because I
Yeah.
do think there will be a serious ramification for UCF if they do not get this right. By that I mean Gus Malzahn, who's already been his seat's gotten warm. It's gonna fucking heat
And
up.
Gus
The Arizona
Paisan.
team's moving the long way. What was number 2?
Lawyer.
Lawyer. Yeah, I could see that. It's like all powerful people that need to control everything. Like a chef, I get why they're a psychopath. I don't think they should be, but a lawyer, I could see being a psychopath as well.
And then
what's
Pitt.
your final play?
Pitt.
Yeah, love it. Love the Pitt play.
Yeah.
Number 1, Dan?
Number 1 is CEO, business executive.
For sure.
Okay.
Wow, we've got the 4 co-CEOs right here.
Especially if they like write their own book and like hound you about it. That feels like a real psychopath move.
Oh, I hate that. They made you read their book.
They like send it to you.
There's enough. Guys, we don't need any more people that are famous writing books. I think the 4 of us could write a self-help book like in 5 hours, and we could be a number 1 seller. All you need is like some pun, right? Like you just be like, fix. F is for forge a new future.
Damn it.
And it's just
Football betting.
It's
F is
all
for football betting.
I is for don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
X is for porn.
Experience
24/7 porn.
Get
your head right.
It's all bullshit.
Fix with 3X.
Fix your life. Football betting.
Don't be an
Idiots
idiot.
porn.
That actually sounds right. My life has been fixed.
I would read that self-help book. Oh shit!
We don't need any more books of people that are
fuck
empowered
books.
telling
You
us
know what,
reasons.
Matt? You know what, Matt? You're right. We don't need any more books at all.
Yeah.
Let's just
No, I didn't
stop
say any
writing
more books at all.
Just burn them.
I don't. It's like why you
Where's
guys
my
have
red
heard
pen?
my hate for LinkedIn. It's a bunch of thought leaders sharing bullshit that I know are dumb and trying to persuade people to follow them. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're one of the dumbest people I know. Stop influencing people. You need to take on your own guidance. I don't need to be like, well, I saw a dog shit in the woods, and it reminded me of 5 sales techniques that you need to apply every day. I'm like, shut the fuck.
This
Right,
morning when I got my coffee, they didn't spell my name right. And here are some 5 tips to increase your business. Know someone's name. Fucking.
If you do that shit on LinkedIn, I do
Perfect.
not want you to listen to this show.
Yeah.
Even if you're one of our 5 followers, stop.
Stop listening. Get the fuck out of here.
Not for me.
Yeah, be gone. I think also LinkedIn is just like just the mindset when you type in LinkedIn, because you never go to LinkedIn like because you want to. You go there because you get like you have like OCD and you're like, oh, I have a notification that I got an email about. I got to go click it and clear it. Which also they make the notifications like impossible to clear, so they're always just sitting there. And you guys got to click on it, and it's like, I don't want this person to see that I clicked on their shit, so I'm just going to leave it. I hate it. So you're in that mindset already, so.
I go on LinkedIn at least every other week to reply to the 9,000 recruiters that want me to apply for a staff accountant job for $30,000, and I have to just say no. I should really ignore them so I don't have like I reply, because I think they tell everybody that he's active on LinkedIn, but I just need to stop. But they just I don't want your $40,000 AP job.
I saw a job posting on LinkedIn
Nebraska.
today that was it specifically said this is an unpaid internship, and I'm like, why are you posting it?
Yeah, it's a terrible place.
Go to a college and grab a person.
Yeah, like literally put a flyer on a flagpole.
Psychopaths.
Psychopath.
I don't know what we're doing. Are we doing a podcast?
You know what really grinds my gears?
We're back on our old bullshit, I think. Thank you all for listening to the College Week 10 preview. We've got
Is that what this was?
the bunch of LinkedIn links are coming through the private chat. Go to singlelegparlay.com. Make sure you subscribe. And we're so proud and so happy to be building a community. It has been great as far as the traffic. We are seeing growth there. And you guys fucking kick ass. And I don't want you to lose the plot there. Let's make some money together. Best way to make money, subscribe. Let us slide money into your inbox. Or you can just laugh at us you can also fade us. That's also can be a very profitable model.
Depending on the day.
We're here for you either way. So please do all that. We love you all. And cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening to the newly rebranded Single Leg Parlay podcast. Visit our website at www.singlelegparlay.com, where you can read more of our thoughts, as well as subscribing to our newsletter to have our picks delivered straight to your inbox each week. And don't forget to follow Single Leg Parlay on all of your favorite social media platforms. Cheers!